Hey guys, this is Mike from TechHog.com, and today we're going to be giving you a unboxing of the Samsung Galaxy Note for AT&T, and just run through a few little features before we start ripping into the box. This is an Android 2.3 gingerbread device, which actually we'll get to in a second. But as you can see, some of the features, it is a 4G LTE phone on AT&T's new 4G LTE network. It is a 1.5 gigahertz dual-core processor. It has an integrated S Pen, or the same thing as a Wacom stylus pen. It has that white pressure-sensitive tip on the end of it. Obviously, like I said, Android 2.3 gingerbread. It will be updated to Android 4.0, give or take about a month or two, maybe even 3, depending on Samsung. But the updates have been starting to roll out overseas, so we'll see if we can't get some here. It also features 2 cameras. You have a 2-megapixel front shooting camera, and on the back you have an 8-megapixel camera, very similar to the one that was used in the Samsung Galaxy S2. So let's go ahead and jump right in, and we'll get in here. Obviously you have your little quick start guide, which, as you can see, kind of breaks down some of the features of Android. You have some of the stuff in the pen, and but we really don't care about that, do we? So we'll just go ahead and toss this to the side. Obviously here is the gargantuan phone itself. I don't have small hands, but I mean, you can see this pretty much, it dwarfs my hand. But we'll get back to that in a second. As far as what's inside the box, you're going to have your, obviously, standard instruction manual and all that good jazz. So you need that. Your micro USB cord. And then with that, you're going to need your AC wall adapter. Plug it in the back, plug it in the wall, charge your battery. And then you're going to have your pretty decent large size battery. With this, obviously you're going to get some pretty decent battery life. Not necessarily the best, but you know, you'll get some decent life considering it does have a massive 5.3-inch display and 4G LTE. So let's get back to the phone itself. We'll just slide out of the bag here, pull some of the plastic off, and there is the device itself. It does have a little bit of a texture to the back of it, not quite the same rigidness as it's found in the Galaxy S2. It's a little bit smoother, but it does kind of have some of that grain texture to it. Other than that, let's go ahead and pop off the back, and we'll slide in, oops, wrong way, the battery, and we'll snap that back on. And we'll give it a quick boot. And as it's booting up, we'll kind of go around the phone real quick. Make sure it's actually going to turn on here. There we go. Like I said, on the back is your 8-megapixel camera with your LED single flash. Down here is where your stylus pops out. If I can get my nail underneath of it. And there's your stylus, and there's the white tip on the end of it. On this side is your camera, is your power sleep button. On the left-hand side is your volume rocker. That's pretty much about it. On the bottom is your micro USB port, and on the top is your 3.5mm head jack, and of course your noise-canceling microphone. So there is the device booted up. Just flick to unlock, and there is the Samsung Galaxy Note. Again, you can see the massive size here. We'll go ahead and turn some of these features off here. Pretty zippy little processor. Obviously, it's powering quite a bit of a large real estate here. But overall, I mean, it's a gorgeous looking display, very crisp. I don't know if you can kind of see this. We'll probably have a better camera for the actual review, but overall, it's really nice looking, very crisp. Colors are very vibrant. If you're familiar with anything with Samsung screens, obviously the colors are always very vibrant. Your blacks are very black, and your colors are very pop off. So. That aside, to give you guys a comparison, how big is this device? Well, here it is next to an iPhone. Let me see if we can boot that up here. And so you can kind of see the screen size booted up there. Tremendous difference in size. Sometimes, like I said, we're doing the full review. We'll see how comfortable it is in your pocket and in your hand. Obviously with an iPhone, I can hold it in one hand and go from corner to corner, which some people really like. Obviously with this, you know, if I'm putting it in the center of my hand, I really can't get my thumb across more than half the screen. But again, we'll cover some of that stuff in the review. Now, how big does it look compared to a Samsung Galaxy Tab 10, which we have here. And you can see that the screen is about there. So it doesn't look that big when you compare it to an actual tablet, but when it's by itself, obviously it is pretty big. So that's pretty much the unboxing, guys. We don't want to jump in too much of it, you know, just for the sake of making this short. But make sure you check back at TechHog.com. We'll have our full review up. We might spend about a week with it. You know, we don't want to just spend, you know, 2 or 3 days and give you a review. We want to spend some quality time with it. We know there's other reviews out there, but we'd like to add some of our own personality and some of our own opinions in them as well. So anyway, check back TechHog.com, and I'm Mike, and that is your Galaxy Note unboxing.